Hey everyone, just want to do a quick update on the bioimpedance screening updates with the HCG process. So once again, HCG is a process where you are deliberately keeping your calories at under 500 calories, between 450 to 500 calories per day. You take homeopathic drops 3 times a day, HCG, homeopathic HCG. In the old days, they used to do injections under the tongue from I think it was mare's urine with HCG in it. So that's sort of the process. So in combination with the homeopathic HCG, you're releasing brown fat into your bloodstream so that your body starts to shrink from the inside out. Now, over the last, so I'm down about 7 kilos, so I can feel it. Clothes are fitting better. And, it's about I think maybe we're 4 weeks in or 4 and a bit weeks in, so I haven't lost as much weight as my clients do, but like I've said, I'm on the campaign trail for the Informed Medical Options Party, so occasionally I don't get to do things in the perfect way. So that's just life at the moment, and I'm doing the best I can. Nonetheless, so one of the big questions that people often ask is about muscle loss, and do you actually lose muscle loss because you're on quite a restricted diet? So it's 100 grams of protein twice a day, it's a piece of fruit twice a day, it's 2 cupfuls of veggies twice a day, and they're very specific fruits and veggies, of course. And then, of course, there's a small amount of starch, either a rice or a corn thin, and, tomato and pickles or whatever, or a grissini stick or 2. So there is a small amount of starch in it, so it's a really clean diet. So 1 veg, 1 protein, 1 starch, 1 fruit. So basically with the muscle loss, for example, so my muscle quality when I started this was 83%. My muscle quality today is 90%. So I've actually gained muscle quality throughout this time. So I have hardly exercised. I have been sitting in the sauna a few times a week when I've had time. But basically, my muscle quality is actually improved on HCG. My inflammation has actually gone down by about 80%. So I was quite inflamed when I started this. So my cellular inflammation has gone down. It needs to be under 0. It started at 13.28 and now it's down to 2.72. I started on the 19th of September. That was the start of my binge days, by the way, because you have 2 binge days to get started. Haha. What diet allows you to do that? My phase angle, that's the amount of cellular energy your body makes. So the phase angle is to do with how much ATP is being released from your muscles. So once again, for women, we want it up over 7. I'm not there yet, because I'm still under in muscle, the total muscle amount, I think. I would be. It says I'm okay, but I know I've still got some tummy fat to shift. So that's actually it's not a mistake, but it's a way the machine gets a bit tricked, but that's okay. So my phase angle to start with was 5.22 and it's up to 6.22. So I've actually gained a whole point with my phase angle. So my cells are making more energy than they were a month ago. My intracellular fluid is the amount of fluid that's sitting on the inside of the cells. So it's gained, so given that I'm down 7 kilos, is it? Where is it? So I started off at 73.3. This morning I was, on the scales I was under, I was 65.9 this morning. So I basically lost about 7 kilos. That's the average that women do in about 3 weeks. So it's taken me 4, but like I say, it's not optimal when you're out and about and having to eat a restaurant occasionally, because that's where you are, and that's, when I haven't taken food to a restaurant to eat myself, when I've been with other people. So the fat mass is really nice because, and once again, the fat mass tends to go up and down because when tummy fat is released, that is measured as ATM, active tissue mass. And so as it's released from the tummy fat and it goes out into the bloodstream, it changes my fat mass on the machine. So it's sort of funny, but so it's a bit of with the fat mass, it's sort of like it has this little thing that it does. So as at today, my fat mass excess that I've got is 7.14 kilos. and my muscle mass is saying it's perfect at the moment. A few days ago, I did have one of these things. Let's face it, as when you're losing weight, you want to see weight loss every single day on the scales. And a few days ago, my weight was up, and it was only up a fraction. Nonetheless, like for example, on the 16th of October, I did a VLA with my weight being 66.5, and the next day I did one, or 2 days later, and it was 67.1, so it was up like 600 grams, and that bugged me. But when I actually did it, I gained 600 grams of muscle mass, and my muscle quality had improved. So therefore, and that day I also had about an extra half a kilo of fluid inside the muscle, so my muscle quality was much better. So when you actually take into account those things, kilos are shifting around the body in a really good way. So that's my update. I've still got another week to do of the very low calorie diet, then I'll be into consolidation. And by voting day next Saturday, the 31st, I'm hoping that I'll have one of my first days of normal eating again. But normal in this, it's more like a keto diet. So you still keep your sugar and carbs to a minimum. You up your protein, you up your types and qualities of veggies and things like that. Keep out the starchy veg, and then you've got to make sure you maintain. So throughout this process where I've lost 7 kilos, hopefully it'll be 8 by next week. You know, the fat cells are shrinking as you're going through this process. Some of them are actually being eliminated and used as calories. But then the shrunken cells that I'll have at the end of next week, you want to keep the size. So if you go out and you have a naughty meal and you eat, a cupful of potato chips, and all your fat cells bloat and you put on a kilo overnight, then in this, one of the consolidation tricks is to do what's called a steak day. And a steak day is basically not eating anything all day, but having plenty of fluid. You can have black coffees, herbal teas, lots of water, that sort of thing. But then at night time, having a nice big bit of protein, so a bit of salmon or a bit of steak or something, and then either a green salad or a tomato and apple or something. So keep it really light, and that will bring the weight down. So you've got to retrain the size of the fat cells in consolidation. Otherwise, the weight goes straight back on again, and you don't want to do that when you've spent so much time, energy, effort getting that weight off. Anyway, it's I'm still going. We're getting through. Got a party this weekend. We'll see how we go with that. Actually, got quite a few things on this weekend, so campaigning. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, take care, everyone. Bye. Love you.